I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down. Every day 100 trains, every train 100 cars, every car 100 tons, every ton 100 sacks, every sack 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains. Some politicians lacking brains said in voices dripping sweet, we don't really need these trains, railroads all are obsolete. They're union strong, it makes demands, they guard their yards with railroad dicks who kick our cops clean off their lands, do not like our politics. As I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down. Every day 100 trains, every train 100 cars, every car 100 tons, every ton 100 sacks, every sack 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains. So the politicians passed some laws to screw more money off the trains and deeper dip their pudgy paws in more control of railroad gains. The railroad said, get off our land. They went on strike to show their peak. The grain train stopped their rolling and the city starved within a week. As I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down. Every day 100 trains, every train 100 cars, every car 100 tons, every ton 100 sacks, every sack 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains. Hunger riots burned and rose and battered down the State House door, and all those fat politicos were killed and eaten by the poor. And with the city out of joint and no more politician men, the railroad said they'd prove their point and sent the grain trains down again. As I was going up from town, I met the grain trains rolling down. Every day 100 trains, every train 100 cars, every car 100 tons, every ton 100 sacks, every sack 10,000 grains. And that's what cities get from trains.
Good morning, Minecraft. Wandering Beekeeper here. How you doing? Little rough here. There may be some stretches of mute here and there. I am getting over a respiratory crud. I spent, sadly, about half of last night sitting up, coughing out the chest congestion. It's been a bad health week. I'm old. I'm going to overshare. Oh, and adult content warning on this stream. I will make the occasional dick joke or weed reference, and I'm going to talk about my health in pretty blunt terms. I'm 61 years old, and I get to do that. I've reached the point where I get to do that. Old person's privilege. So I went to the dermatologist this week, and I now have 3 holes in my skin where bits were very carefully excised and cauterized and sent off for biopsy. The dermatologist says that she believes all 3 to be basal cell, which is actually good news because it is very slow growing and only has about a 1% chance of metastasizing. It is also the most common form of skin cancer. Shows up as a scabby place or a red itchy spot. Kind of like having a slow-growing zit. The next most obnoxious is squamous cell, which is you want to get rid of pretty quick. And then there's melanoma, which has a real high chance of metastasizing. And yeah, that one you got to catch early. But it looks like I got lucky here. I've not been in the sun as much as I would have liked to have been over the course of my life. I've had this damn office job that I can't seem to ever get out of. not allowed to change how I make my living. That kind of pisses me off. So yeah, riffing a little bit, wandering a little bit. It says so in my name. I do this. I ramble. My throat is in pretty rough shape, so I will try not to ramble quite so much during the stream. There will be some long periods of silence. Some of it will be on mute because I'm coughing. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully I've got the morning BS dealt with here and we can actually get on to this. Because this morning, we are going, let me just do this and flip over to game screen, and there we go. We're going to the city of Fortetsa, Hebo in Minecraft. Let's see what's being requested. Nothing major here. I have spent a week working with MineColonies and create and world edit. This is a work in progress. You will see a lot of raw edges. You will see a lot of unfinished areas. This is not a complete build. This is an in-progress project that I want to show off because I'm rather proud of how it's gone so far. So this is the city. Let us just blink to the map here and just have a quick look at how it's laid out. Because I've spent some serious effort here. This is not the city as it existed in the game world. That would be... the build would be about 10 times as big, if nothing else, just to get all the named places in. But this is from my Earth Dawn campaign. I ran a tabletop campaign of Earth Dawn for over 20 years before things finally crashed out. And we'll see how things are going here. Okay. Wow, the delay on the broadcast is intense. I'm watching the monitor here. That is a long time delay. So, pause for a sip of water. The city starts with the temple at the center. This is the Temple of Timor, where the resident local deity resides with the priesthood. And now in the game, the city main library was in the temple. In this case, this is the library over here because, if nothing else, because MineColonies has an actual library building. My placement was off by about 3 blocks. I'm a little annoyed with that. The library and the university are supposed to be right up against each other. I've had to do a little bridging. That's okay. This is my first city build with MineColonies. I will probably take another swing at doing this city somewhere down the road. After I do a couple more MineColonies builds, because this is a mod that's going to take some serious time to really get good with. I also need to play through a survival level of MineColonies, but that's going to take a server and some chunk loading and all sorts to make it and so forth. That's going to be a thing. For the temple, I'm using the repurposed structures mod, which I dearly love. I know I shout out to it pretty much every cast. So it's an ocean monument, but it's redone in the jungle palette. So it's got a lot of stone brick and mossy stone brick and vines growing all over it. which is good because the temple of Fortetsa had hanging gardens. And then I've divided it out, the city up into the quarters. We have the Mystic side over here. We have an airship dock. I want to put another airship dock here. The airship docks were originally outside the city wall, but in the game world, I want them inside the city wall, partly because of MineColonies boundary issues. I want to make sure that they're within the boundaries of the colony. Nothing else for things like courier pickup. The greengrocers and elven quarter over here with all the agricultural facilities. Down here, the Great Forge with all the production facilities and a couple of the bits of the stinky industry, the animal husbandry. The rest of the animal husbandry is across the road over here, over by all the military stuff. And then I have this vast empty quarter here, and this whole jungle section here. This is going to be the Elvenwood at some point, where the city's elven population primarily lived. And I still don't have the Tiskrang section in, which probably ought to go here, because that's going to put it by the docks and the water. The Tiskrang are amphibious, warm-blooded reptilian people. An absolute joy to hang around with. Although occasionally, they will look at each other and go, "Ugh, mammals." There was a running joke. The Tiskrang and the Obsidian, who are physically genderless, they have no physical reproductive capability on their own. Their reproduction is mystical and through a central sentient rock formation. It takes a whole thing to explain. Yeah, the running joke of them bonding with the Tiskrang over the whole mammals. There are a couple of riverboats because the Tiskrang would have had a lively river traffic going. Being amphibious, they lived pretty much on and in the river. Over here, the airship, and let's just go walk around and have a look at some of this because it gets really thumping intense. And I'm going to drop here and walk from this point. This is the generator house, which is not a MineColonies structure. Any building we see that has a MineColonies worker at it was constructed by the MineColonies mod itself. The builder worker is essentially a 3D printer, or like the Create schematic cannon. You tell them what you want and where you want it, and you give them the materials, and they assemble it for you. Now the MineColonies builder does work at the speed of a villager. It improves as you get research done at the university. It can take some time. Yeah, this was laid in. I used a Create schematic and dropped this building in order to have a fluid warehouse to build the generator in. And since we're here, let's start here. Oh, hi, there's a bunch of the town guard going by. They're all in plate armor because my blacksmith is all the way up to L5. And they are each individuals.
Yes.
And we can look at here, like Martha Babington here is the child of Amaris Battersby and an unknown person who only left their surname. She has multiple siblings: Ethan, Tatum, Paulina, Uriah, Harlem, Amir, Reese, Amari, Sam, Nehemiah, Della. Whew, she's got a lot. It's a big family. The Battersbys are a big family. The names are part of MineColonies. Ooh, I think I have that building. Oh, hi, Willamist. How you doing? Yeah, this is, let me just bounce up here. And yeah, this is the fluid warehouse. Here we go. We get back to where we can see it properly. This is the fluid warehouse. It is off of schematics.createminecraft.com or whatever the URL is for the schematic site. I don't remember it right off. Yeah, there's water blipping in and out of one of those tanks. 3 of those tanks have water feeds, and the boiler is keeping them all 3 empty. But the boiler is getting enough water, and that's the important thing. Whew. Yeah, I built the city's power system in there. I needed a generator house. So all the power system creation for the city for electricity is in there and is fed by all that. I've got three pump arrays out here, out in the water. All 3 of them windmill driven. I went with vertical turbines for 2 of them and a traditional for the third. I built the traditional first and then realized I was putting way too much materials and space into it and needed to be more compact and efficient. I've got mine filled with lava. Oh, yeah. Could be useful. Could be useful in my case. And this one has the big windmill up there driving it all. In my case, one of the tanks here is filled with seed oil. And yes, you are hearing a mixer. One is filled with biofuel and actually getting close to being full. My goal here is to get a full tank before I fire this thing back up. High voltage utility pole. Electrum wire high voltage connectors. One of the mine colony workers humming to herself, possibly the smith. This is Malaya Sari. She is our smith. She is dealing with a sheep on her steps. We have our shepherd is not very good at containment, and so we end up with sheep wandering around, and if they've been sheared, they wander around being sheared for a while before they finally find a patch of grass and can replenish themselves. This is the level 5 blacksmith shop with the lava pit to work at for a forge. That's some intense heat going there. They're capable of making all sorts of useful stuff. The plate armor that the guards wear. They can do netherite armor and tools if they have the materials for it. I gave them the recipes early on to build all the iron tools and equipment so that yeah, what you said. It's early morning. I've got time stopped, actually. It's permanently mid-morning, just so that it doesn't go dark on me during the chore. The walls were pasted in rather than built, just to get it done in a reasonable amount of time. Those are actual guard houses, not just decorative towers, so they have guards posted to them, which is good because I'm running in survival mode at this point, and I've already had some, we had one person shot by a skeleton the first night, and I had to do some work on city lighting. You'll see that. Let's go look inside the generator house. And then there was a raid by hostiles that happened one night, and that got all sorts of hectic, but the walls and the gates held, and the guards were able to, the guard archers were able to pick off a number from the walls. So in here, this is the city's power systems. And it is not designed for serviceability. It's designed for compactness and assumes that, I'm going to be flying around in here. Let me pick back up. There we go. I touched something, landed. So we start off with a mechanical press that, and this chest pulls beetroot seeds and cabbage seeds out of the central storage at the temple. I can throw in manually any other seeds I happen to have. What have I got? I don't have much right now. We have seeds, but it will, it pounds the seeds into seed oil. The seed oil then feeds into this mixer with whatever greens I have available. The filters are set to bamboo, I think, and a few other things. Right now I'm just feeding it a bunch of extra onions from the farm. That makes my biomass. The biomass is the little green bit that goes up the conveyor belt into this chest and right on through because it's getting used as quickly as it's being made. The chests on either side have cinder flour and sugar, again pulling from the central storage. I've got a Tom's Simple Storage Network set up here, which is really useful. And has a mixer that churns the whole mess into biofuel and stores it in this tank a quarter bucket at a time. Bippity bip. That biofuel can then be fed by this pump to those blaze burners down there. They have been given straws and turned into liquid feeders. There's a neat little thing that will flip them to use liquid fuel. So the fuel pipe just goes right down the middle, and there's 6 blaze burners. This thing will fire up as a level 12 boiler and drive both of these generators. The generators have, this is Create New Age. The generator coils spin inside the netherite magnets, producing large quantities of Fe, which then feed out to the accumulators, which are effectively whacking big capacitors. And they store up to 40 million Fe each. This one feeds to an underground cable that powers the brass elevator at the skydock. This one goes out the wall and to that utility pole we saw, and eventually brings electricity all the way across the city, well, halfway across the city, to the temple. Let's go look, because that'll also let us see some of the city. Again, buildings with workers were put up by MineColonies. Poor toothless blazes. Liquid diet for them. Yep. On the other hand, they get to sit back and sip casually and cook off some really potent biofuel. I mean, that stuff's being brewed up with it's an alcohol fuel. It's basically bioethanol. It's basically ethanol. Damn it. Sorry, didn't get the mute button in time. Oh, look at that. The city banner is on the shield. My city's heraldry is on the shield. I'm using the dwarven hammer from that I use in several other builds. But yeah, the street is, and all the detailing around the buildings is my work. The buildings themselves were put up by MineColonies for the most part. Stable, because there needs to be one. The Enchanter's Tower, which in this mod pack is a really garish tent. I flipped the yellow wool over to lime green because in the Earthdawn world, the person who lived in this house would have been my wife's character, Vannon the Wizard, and Vannon's house colors were purple and green. And so I've made the tower into Vannon's house colors. This is also why there is a back entrance to the temple right across the street from the house that the enchanter lives in. That's the prophet's door, which in the game world, they put a back door into the temple right across the street from Vannon's house, so that the prophet could pop out his front door across the street and into the temple without having to go, around or whatever. That brings electricity in, and I don't have much going on right now in there. Let's just walk in. Oh, I missed my turn here, didn't I? There we go. Uh-oh, got a skeleton down there somewhere. And so, yeah, I've got high voltage brought in here. I just don't have it connected to anything yet. I'm figuring on putting a bit of equipment in here at some point. With the Create New Age mod, I don't have to worry about where my powertrain is. I can simply stick an electric motor on the machine, on the contraption, and run a wire to it. I just have to have the wiring right. It changes things massively. I've talked about that extensively on other streams. Yeah. I got some monsters like down underneath me or something I gotta clean out. And do something about that. I think I got a hollow space under the temple I gotta deal with. There are sheep and cows and chickens all over the city because the shepherd was initially, and again, the cowherd who lives here, the cowherd was just absolutely crap at maintaining containment and is still not good at it. I mean, look at this. You get one damn gate. You get one damn gate. Yeah, you tell me, Agnes. It's your own damn fault for not having a second gate. You need 2 gates so that you have a chute to keep the animal from getting out. It's atmosphere. Yeah, it kind of is in a way, because we end up with, well, like here, there's this one cow that lives at the swine herds. That's the, and apparently there's a sheep at the swine herds now as well. Looks like the swine herds is the happening place. We got a sheep there now and a cow living hanging with the pigs. This is the rabbit hutch. Residences. I used the Grachtenpanda variant on the residences, which are Dutch canal houses. They're actually meant to be overlooking a canal, not a street. But I really like the brownstone row house look that you get. You put them right up against each other. It works nicely. People complaining. I haven't run a day cycle in a little while. People start getting grouchy about that. Can't say it's a blame them. The shepherd, who was just awful at containment and is marginally better now. I got zombies underneath me. Damn it. I got hollow spaces underneath the city I gotta go fix. So the city goes on around a ways here. We have the military quarter over here. Here's the fisher's hut, which has an entire boat. Like an entire boat. This would do well put down on the coastline, down by the harbor. The children of Timor are kind of, well, determined about where things go. That was a running gag in the game. They're very, very literal people and kind of neurodivergent in a way. Yeah, sometimes they just did things a certain way, and the city was on a grid. Yeah, loose chickens. There's loose chickens everywhere. There's bits of glowstone all over the darn place to hold down the monster spawns in this area. This is where the Tiskrang embassy is eventually going to go. I just haven't built it yet. I'm going to use a different mod pack for it, or a different theme pack for the aesthetic to get a really different style of architecture. Okay, and just outside the gate here is the harbor. Let's just land and have a look at this from the ground level, because there is a ship out on the river, and we can walk out along the pier, the pier is ported in from the High Magic theme pack for MineColonies, which wasn't available on the version of MineColonies I'm using now, so I had to learn how to do a MineColonies schematic. That's exciting. It works differently from Create. And then we have this whole dock here that was pasted in from the High Magic world. All I did was add the catwalk that connects the dock to the boat. The ship was also pasted in as a separate entity. And so we have a riverboat, a flat bottom riverboat with a fire engine at the stern. That's a Tiskrang riverboat. The Tiskrang had elemental fire engines. They were the only species in Earthdawn who could successfully build one. For some reason, it was a gift of the passions. Oops, damn it. Wrong click. That back. There we go. Right click, not left click. Oopsie. Get rid of that. That's Portcullis, yes. Pretty cool, huh? Little MineColonies trick. Over here, let's see. We are on Dock Road. And this is Battersby Street, named so after one of the Great families. There's also a Rouse Street over in the Great Forge. I'm wandering about the city partly to document the build thus far. At some point, I will get around to actually like putting in some stuff here, but I want to tour and document first. These are all courier huts. Couriers mostly live in these houses here. Talked about couriers last session, so I'll skip that. Here's the flower shop with attached greenhouse and workspace. Very nice little place. The sawmill, which fully upgraded, it is reasonably impressive here. We've got a lot going on. There's a small wheel inside turned by the big wheel outside. It's an undershot wheel, which is not as efficient. But you know, it wouldn't have been that difficult to design it as an overshot wheel. It really wouldn't. I may still go back and fix that, but that would require me also to mess with the elemental spring back here. This is a MineColonies decoration well that I placed and then modified to turn it into a tap into the elemental plane of water to provide continuous flow. Over here, the apiary with 5 hives, no waiting, producing honey bottles, some of which go to the doctor, who uses them as cures for various things. Over here, a bunch of couriers running back and forth to the composter, who produces who takes in a lot of the excess organic crap and seeds, over crop overruns, etc., and turns it into fertilizer to go back. The plantation, which grows cactus and bamboo and sugar cane, this mod pack does not have an option for the plantation to grow cocoa beans, which frustrates me a bit. There are 2 farms. Both of them have beetroot and wheat fields because I need the beetroot and wheat seeds for making the biofuel. And here the restaurant, which hands out food to anybody who shows up hungry. Next to it, the hospital, up all the way up to L5. It took an entire week. Oh, good grief. Somebody's having a bad day. Khalid doesn't seem to be having anything to say, though. Khalid Kennedy is my first farmer. He's one of the founding residents. Is the partner of Joy Rao, who is one of the builders, and is the founder of the Kennedy name in this city. Cannon Battersby there is probably grumpy because he's unemployed. Unfortunately, I don't have enough jobs for everybody. That's just life. The tavern. The tavern only goes to level 3, but it is still a very fine and quite comfortable tavern. The library and university. This is impressive design work. This just blows me away. The level of detail that has gone into the university. I mean, it looks like they've swiped something straight out of Cambridge here. And then into the library where we have our researchers and students. Excuse me, the researchers are at the university, the students are at the library. There is a difference. Researchers are active workers. Students
what can I do for you?
In training. Josiah Clopton. Parents are Alden Clopton and Brian Kennedy. Siblings, Lennox, several Cloptons and Kennedys. Abdullah Clopton is the city's doctor and is the founder of the Clopton name. Let's see, we go out back behind here and let's get some altitude here so that we can see this thing properly. Yeah, you're seeing the sails poking up above the school already. The school has a black banner on the front because one of the pupils died. Not quite sure how it happened. Somehow I missed the message. Never went back in the logs to see. Probably a fall. My first 3 fatalities in the colony were all couriers who fell off of walls or trees. And then we have... Yeah, here we have the Skydock. I have brought in an airship. Let's just maneuver around a little bit and get a look at this. Because we have an airship in place. In a support cradle, You know, because of course your dock is going to have a support cradle. The airship itself, I found out on a build site. I'd have to go back and look up who originally did the airship. What I really seriously want is a mod that would allow me to put gold scrollwork lettering across the stern, because written across the stern should be the phrase, "This world but for to wander." Because this is the comfy chair. This is the ship of the bearers of the helm. And yeah, that was a thing. Painted across the stern. The ship was named the Comfy Chair in order to try and keep it out of trouble. They were originally going to call it like the Vengeance or the Triumph or something. And the first crewman they tried to hire was like, "Are you kidding? You're going to be in one battle after another with a name like that. Name it something safe." So they named it the Comfy Chair, and they were in one battle after another. Anyway, okay. Oh, I'm missing a piece of framework up there. Dang. Let me fix a thing real quick. I got a piece of support missing up here. That's somewhat annoying. There. Okay. Brass elevator. Electrically powered brass elevator. Up at the top is an electric motor. Wiring comes in via buried cable from here. Up we go. And this door opens at the top with a bit of brass catwalk that I added, and connects us to the ship and allows us to get up to the deck of the airship. And here we are aboard the airship and at the helm. Hurrah. We've arrived at the helm of the airship. This is a nice build on the airship. I like the layout on it. There's a little bitty deck house here, which is appropriate for the comfy chair. They had a low deck house, but then they had a really fancy below decks with all sorts of facilities, including a forge. It kept you at let's see, the comfy chair was one of the first parody magic cards I ever saw. It kept you at 3-4 cards at the start of your turn to make you immune to black vice in the rack. Huh. Okay. The comfy chair in the game had a forge aboard the ship, because Vannon was also a weaponsmith, which is one of the other disciplines. Kind of like character classes, except a lot more. A discipline is a way of life. Let's see, it's a way of thinking, a way of tying yourself into the magic of the world. Now, I'm going to leave it up here for a second, and I'm just going to flit down, because we do have one extra feature. I got a call button. There we go. I have not put in the dockyard around this yet. I got it this far. It took me a week of heavy play, of running this several hours a day, to get it this far. This is a lot of stuff going on. And if we look at our map, we can see that there is another airship out here. And it's out beyond something else I want to look at. So I'm going to just flit over there. Now that we've seen the dock and the airship and the brass elevator, and it is going to be a lot more, it just isn't yet. Oh, this is the city's graveyard. When a MineColonies villager dies, the undertaker who works here zips out and recovers the grave, brings the person, the grave and the person's inventory back here, and then attempts to do a resurrection. The maximum you can get, though, is only a 12.5% chance, and I haven't had anybody resurrected yet. So yeah, if we sail out this way, across here, there's the warehouse, the builder hut, and so forth, and over to here, we can see it appearing out of the mist in the distance as we fly. This is coal. This is the create or excavation mod in action. I have built a vertical turbine, and I am powering a drilling machine. This particular area has a coal deposit. This drilling machine will steadily produce coal at a slow rate for as long as it is supplied power. It is an infinite source of coal. It's coal farming. Create or excavation allows you to farm mineable resources with a tech tree item. So you actually, instead of building a farm, constructing a farm machine, you go out with an ore vein finder, a sort of dowsing rod, and you go look for stuff until you find it. I found coal here. That's why this is here. This is where the coal is. This is where the coal vein is. And so I got 118 coal in there right now. 119. And that will slowly tick up as long as I'm here. Chunk loading becomes a thing. These mines really need to be chunk loaded in order to function. What are you using the coal for? Well, what I'm using the coal for is the city. The blacksmith uses coal for their furnace. The stone smelter, the glass blower, quite a number of industries in the city use coal for their furnaces. MineColonies workers actually consume resources and produce items the way player characters do. So if you create a ticket in the colony for an iron pickaxe, 3 iron ingots and 2 sticks will be used by the blacksmith to create that pickaxe, to craft that pickaxe. They actually craft it from the components, and then they will drop it into their outbound rack to be picked up by the courier and taken to who needs it. The smeltery is going to need a lot of coal in the near future because I am going to be using one of these mines to bring a steady supply of iron ore to the city. That iron ore will, among other things, be converted into armor for the guards. That's going to be a necessity once I start the daylight cycle again, because at night the guards will be out killing skeletons and zombies and giant spiders and whatever else shows up. The city guards are active defenses for the city, and you can set them to patrol, in which case they will simply go range out an area, a radius from their guard tower. You can set them to follow. Do they get experience? Yes, they do. Your villagers will level up. They have their own stats, and will level up. One of the reasons why I have students at the library is because while a villager is at the library as a student, they gain experience toward their intelligence stat. Intelligence determines how well you learn any other profession. So you let your villagers be students for a while and then hire them out to your various facilities, where they will pick up the professional skills much more quickly. If you have a school, the knowledge and intelligence stats get bumped up while they're a child. You can also put them in as researchers at the university and get their focus and mana skills brought up, train them to be druids, so on and so forth. 142 coal right now while we've been sitting here. It's gone from 119 to 142. What I need to do is to build a railroad line that comes to this place and has an automated loader that will drop this coal in this vault into a hopper car for transport back to the city. Let's go look at this airship for a minute here. This one is under full sail and headed in toward the city. And just it's a beautiful piece of work. I mean, it's nice to see it without the suspension cradle around it, you know? It's a really, I think, a nice build. I like the way it works. I love the whacking big rudder sail. That's, you're going to need that. It would be nice if there was a keel sail, but, I'm not going to be too picky here. And I could try and put on a keel sail, but it would look like crap. I'm terrible at that sort of thing. Why I use so many off-the-shelf components. Now let's look at our map again, because the map has some tags on it. And let's go out a ways, because we're going to need to zoom out a ways here, I think. Just trying to see where we're going here. There we go. Okay, so here's our city. Joy is one of my builders. Marvin is the other builder. That's the generator house. That's my bed. There is a zinc deposit here within the boundaries of the city. I have not yet built a mine there. What I intend to do is build an ore excavation mine there and have it drop directly into a stash box, which will get the material into the city's inventory system. Once the zinc drops into the city's warehouse, it's smeltable ore, and the smeltery will have it automatically delivered to them, and the smeltery will start getting raw zinc and sending back zinc ingots. Now, I know the smeltery will process raw zinc from the Create mod into zinc ingots, also from the Create mod, because I've already tested it. So there is a zinc mine here. I just haven't got it going yet. Out here, there is redstone. Over here, there is lapis. That coal there And then way the heck up here is iron. And I am going to need to navigate a route from the city to the coal and out to the iron. Because, I've already done this in another build. I'm going to put a rail line that goes up here and collects the iron and brings it back to the city and drops it in to the system. Just have to get it built. How we're going to do that. Somewhere out there is probably copper, but I think I actually may have found it and just not marked it. Copper is so common that there's not really a need for it. Yes, I've been learning to use World Edit. Yes, there are some rectangular solids and in flat planes in place, and some areas that have not yet been smoothed down and so forth. I said at the beginning of the stream that this is a work in progress. Yeah, there are some loose cows here and chickens. Let's walk around here a second. And out to here because, let's see, there's where I want to go. I want to see if barracks cow is still a thing. There was at one point a cow living in the barracks. I'm hearing it. I hear a cow. Just don't see a cow. I don't see the cow. Oh yeah, there's an archery range next door. I hear it. The barracks at one point did have its own, like, mascot. There was a cow that lived here. They may have gone up the upstairs. But yeah, there was a cow that lived here. I figure, soldiers, they do things like that. You end up with mascots. If we hear a giggle in the barracks, we probably don't want to go that direction. Let's not interrupt. Let's see. Well, maybe it's outside. Maybe it got out. I don't know. Hard to say. Hard to say. I spent some time. I've done some detailing on the temple. I added iron grates for the water to flow out of, and some framed glowstone underneath the water so that it lights up at night. And I've got the gardens partly in. Haven't finished it. It's been kind of as the spirit moves me. I've been talking to mute this whole damn time. Gosh dog it. Okay, yeah, I'm going to take a bio break, and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see if I can manage to, remember whether I'm on mute or not here. Had to go on mute for a coughing fit and then forgot to take it off. So, yeah, this is where the Disgraying Embassy needs to go. It needs to go out here by the wall, by the water. But I need something inside the wall to handle a train. Oh, Lordy, let's see. Good grief. Okay. So my shunting engine is 16 blocks, and the, hopper cars and tank cars are all 13. So 26, 32, 42, that's, figure I need 50 blocks for cargo train. Where's the Red Riding Hood? It's 25 and it's got 3 cars, and I was actually thinking about putting on 4. A first class, 2 standard, and a mail car. Those are 18 each, so 36, 72. I need to be able to handle a train up to 100 blocks long. That's freaking massive. I need to think about this. I'm beginning to be concerned. I had already looked at the possibility. I need to be able to handle a 100 block long train. This strip here might be able to do it if I go right across here. Let me look at this. The question is going to be width, which I don't. Yeah, putting a train through there is possible. It's just going to be a little tight. It does put me by the Great Forge, which is good. I would like to have the cargo unloading by the Great Forge. Keep the industry in that area. The hopper car unloader has a depth of 19. Can I fit it between the road and the wall? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. No, I can't. I cannot fit the unloader into the space available. Let me get the schematic here. Visualize this. Well, why do I even have some of these? Some of these are just absolutely crap. I need to toss a bunch of these. I went on and brought them in, and where's the one I'm looking for? Fluid warehouse, cow farm, no. Hopper car unloader, here it is. This one. Yeah, see, there's the problem right there. You can see it. I click there. That puts this in, and putting the train under the roadway comes to mind. Because if I drop it down here, if I drop it down, I could put the collection path, the collection run underneath the road. I'm going to need to clear some space here. Okay, I need to see what this looks like. I'm going to have to do a world edit here. Hold on. Let me take that out of my hotbar. Nope. Don't want to clear. I'm trying to remember how to do that. There, no, that didn't do it either. Hologram is still here. Ooey. All right. Go find it again. Lord only knows where in this mess it went. I need to get rid of a bunch of these. There's a bunch of them that just are not viable. There we go. There's the hopper car unloader. All right. Let's do a little world edit. There's part of my problem there. It's that hollow space. I can see critters down there. I saw some red eyes. Like a spider down there or something. All right. What I'm going to do is erase everything down to a certain level. I'm going to start here. Start here. And hope I don't take off any of the guard tower there. And we're going to zoom out this way. Wait, that's too far up. I need to take this out first. Let's get rid of this. Okay, that deletes that much. Oh no! My miner has been killed. Ah, jeez. I just lost my miner. Such interesting controls that you get access to when building with this mod. Oh yeah. Hiya, how you doing? Who did that? It was, well, what happened is a skeleton manifested down in the mine, and the mine guards did not get there quick enough. And now Noor Culpepper here, who is stuck. I gotta get her loose. She's gotten herself stuck in there somehow. She's trying to get down to the location, I think. There we go. That's my Undertaker, who is going to be trying to get to the location where it happened. It's going to be actually in the mine and down below her, and she's going to not be able to get to it. Well, I've got a creeper firework, like the old creeper confetti mod. So the creepers don't do anything; they just go pop. But oh man, she can't get down to them. She can't path down to it. Shit. Lindsay Rao is now my new miner. Okay, it's already hired. I really wish it hadn't. I'm going to set that to manual so that from now on, yeah, that's not who I would have hired, but okay, fine. We have a new miner, but we also have a grave down there, and probably all the way down at the bottom level of the mine. Heck, nabbit. Yeah, my Undertaker's not going to be able to path down there. They're not going to know how to get there. That's going to cause a problem. The grave is going to decay, and we're just going to have a problem with it. Unless I can get down there. Let me think about this a second. I get to it. I'm trying to remember where the silly ramp down is. There's a ramp I have to start down. I can never remember where it is. Here it is. You have to start by going down this way. Then you can go down the ladder. There's Lindsay, who is stalled. But yeah, that was Alana Clopton. She was the daughter of the town doctor. There's going to be a very large... oh, shoot, I gotta do a, Alright. Game rule. Do daylight cycle true. I have to set it going in order for... Alright, we've gotten down here. Let's see where... Oh gosh. What in the hell did she all run into? There's been a fire down here because of the lava. I mean, we can tell that. Let's take care of the lava issue while I'm down here. Oh, yeah, Amina's on fire. That's not good. Can we just kill all of that? There's all that dealt with. Oh, lordy. There's this mess over here. Oh, good gods. Where do I even start? See what that does for me. I have not been down here enough. Dealing with some of this. Shame on me. Ooh. I don't even know where the grave is. It's lordy. Trying to find anything in here. Alright, let's see if I can stay above this. Well enough to... Oh, good God, she cut into this. Okay, there's a problem right there. Wow. MineColonies keeps track of a lot of stuff. They really do more, and I was about to ask. Oh, yes, they do. They do. They will, and I need to get through this and get back upstairs for the game day cycle turning, because that's going to be a thing. Trying to get this under control here. If I can get the fires put out. Okay. Oof. I'm going to have to set this level on repair. Okay, we've obviously had a lot of issues down here. Good grief. There's a lot of wood missing here that it tells me that this whole level has burned at some point here. A big chunk of it has. I don't even know where in this mess start looking for what happened to poor Alana. Oh, good guides. See what we can do about tidying up some of this mess here. I should U up to Joy's because it is already night. Okay, yeah. Let me get a free hand, so I have an empty hand. Okay, MineColonies keeps track of a lot of stuff. Oh yes, the load on this thing. You know, my system heat. We don't want to talk about my system heat right now. Between the teleports and, you know, I'm also streaming off the same box that I'm running both MineColonies and Create. Plus, I've got a chunk loader for my Tom's Simple Storage for the beacons. Yeah, the load on the system. Hey, Demon Goat, how you doing? Good to see you. Oh, there went a creeper. They make fireworks. Okay, this is going to be... I could not find her grave, and I don't think Nora could get to it because it was down in the mine somewhere. The grave appears at the point where the person died. So I'm just going to walk over rather than fly. See if I can hold down some of my processing here on my graphics. We're going to walk over to the graveyard. This was not something I had planned on. Unfortunately, going to survival mode... Oh, that's the Mystic site, by the way. Which I think the Druids ought to train at. Having it upgraded does improve the resurrection chance for the Undertaker, assuming that they can get to the grave. I see Noor here. She may still be trying to get to it. But he's shown up here. Where are... They're going to show up at the grave site. Oh, damn. They're going to all be showing up at the mine, or... No? Or over here? At the Shepherds? This is where Noor keeps going back to trying to get... I need to look at this. 1501, 1651. Let me write that down. Where's my pen? $15.01 minus 1651. I'm going to try and find that. We're going to do a Lego today, but one of the base plates is missing, so I'm going to hold off. So now I'm scrambling to figure out what to do. Yeah, I'm dealing with my own stuff here. I was hoping to put in a railroad, and instead I'm trying to deal with a dead villager. That's a problem. All right, down, and all the way down. I'm going to need to set this level to repair. That's going to be a deal. By the way, the NPC miner, the miner, the NPC character actually did all the build on this, all the digging, all the platforms, all of this. This is all done by MineColonies. This started out just as a flat spot in the ground. All right, now 1501 is this way. I'm not finding the grave. No luck finding the grave. I've been on mute for a while. I've been rattling away. And, of course, I've been on mute because I had a coughing fit and forgot to take it off of mute again. I've had no luck finding the grave. Let's see, there is a thing. I could have just teleported. TP 1505 space minus 44 minus 1642. Yes. There we go. All right, now we are now here at the site. Awful lot of critters. I got an awful lot of junk here. And what I need is a piece of glowstone. Stick up here and see what the hell I'm dealing with. So the grave was supposed to have been here. Minus 44. It was supposed to have been here. I don't see the grave anywhere around. I don't see a grave marker. That's where she was shot. Apparently the grave is decayed. Damn it. She got yanked down here by this water. I gotta fix this. She's been pulled down here somehow by a stream of water she ran into. Fell off a platform, something. Well, I'm just not able to find the grave. I have no idea where it is. The day has passed. No luck finding the grave. No luck at all. No idea. Dagnabbit. All right, we are here. We are on the wrong side of the city. Do get to get a look at what it looks like at night, which is kind of cool. Let's drop down to the street level. Municipal lighting going, and the garden lighting for the temple. Oh, there went a creeper. Oh, we have parrots. The city is close enough to a jungle biome that the parrots have kind of moved in. So we have parrots. There's a pair of them, last I checked, that were living in the library. Had gotten into the library and couldn't path out or something. Screw it, the town guards will get him. This has me very bothered. Not likely to have the grave here. Now that's Camden Battersby, the student, the pupil who at the school who died. Got here. This is Neil Culpepper, courier, who fell off a tree. Mira Battersby and Bernard Kennedy couriers. Now what happened to them? Oh, there goes another another creeper. I don't see Alana down here. I don't think Nora was able to get to her. That's really unfortunate. And now I have to wonder if Nora is still over at the Shepherds, or if she gave up and went to bed. She is still there. She's still trying to get to the location. 1501, 1650. Where we... She thinks it's still down there. This is the site where the fatality occurred. There should be a grave down here. I don't think I have any way I can bring Nora down here, which is unfortunate. I don't think trying to put her on a leash would work. Dang. If I could... There should be a marker. There's supposed to be a marker. And this is the spot, and there's nothing here. Which it is really bothering me. How did she get into that in the first place? I'm uncertain how that even happened. Alright, I need to head topside. I've added, all right. The new miner will now start repairing that bottom level where a lot of it burned from the lava escapes. Yeah, there are guards stationed here, and they do patrol the mine, but they don't follow the miner. And in this case, our miner got off the reservation. I'm sorry, bad. Our miner left the boundaries, safe boundaries. Went off the out of the mine proper into wild territory, and as a result, the guards couldn't keep up with her, and she got shot by a skeleton. Miner fatalities are a problem in mine colonies. People have been grumping about it. The guards patrol the level of the mine. They don't follow the miner. And so they're not always right there when they need to be. I was working over here. Alright, I was working over here and thinking about railway. Thinking about rail. Daggone it. I feel really responsible here. I mean, these people all have names and they have family histories and they have family that'll show up to mourn if you can find the bloody grave. This needs to be cleaned out a bit. Right, what I was going to do was do a little world edit cleaning. And I want to get from like... Let's go from here. Oh, good grief, look at all this. Yeah, here's part of our problem. Alright, well, what I'm going to do here is clear down to here so that I can work on the thing. But then I'm also going to do a few other things. Whoomp. Alright, that gets all that cleared out. Dude, quit with the pogo. His pathing got messed up. Let's bump him. There you go. And I'm going to need to create a quick way out for these folks so that they can they have a way to path out of here. Then a bunch of this shit needs to get like replaced here, get stone filled and shit. There's an awful lot of crap going on in here. What's going on? What is all this? Oh man, I got guards down in there. I gotta wait for them to come out. Oh lordy, there's this whole mess down in here. You know what? Let's just pick a spot. And make sure I don't see any guards down here. He's a little out of breath. That's the trouble. Having a hard time of it. Boop. That is now solid rock down there. And from here, oh, that bird is about to get squooshed. Sorry, bird. You're about to get done in here. Oh, good, you moved. Boop. Fill that all in. Now, I only wanted to run down to the... Alright. I wanted to run in only to the road here. Oh, some gravel fell. I want to come over to here. Lord, I hope nobody's down there. There. Takes care of that. People wanting fertilizer and stuff. Alrighty. That's going to be a buried keyble there. Buried keyble marker. Alright, so that gets all that cleaned out. Ugh, and reset. Ugh, ugh, ugh. Let's see. Let's go here and... Let's see. I hate those ingrained sayings that come out so easily. It isn't until it's out you think, oh, that's problematic. I have so many of them. Yeah. Stuff that just, like, oh. Yeah. Every now and then something that my father used to say pops out, and I'm like, no. That's not right. That's not viable. Okay, getting those stone spires is being a little bit of a thing here. There was an issue of dial H for hero, or the one of the iterations of it where somebody got a hero, a couple of these two people got a hero dial and were trying it out. And some of the stuff they got, they were like, oh God, we can't go out in public like this. They used the series to call out some really bad character designs, which I thought was amusing. Aha, somebody is starting the mower. Been working on the mower. The belt had, the blade belt had snapped. And I'm wondering if they've got it fixed. Definitely a mower running there. Okay. All right. Got this all cleaned out to where I can put stuff into it. Oof. And I'm carrying an awful lot of junk from earlier work on stuff here. Let me clean my inventory a second. There we go. Why do I even have a half-worn-out spear? I don't understand why I even have that. Where did I pick that up? All right, this is all just internal stuff, internal traffic, stuff we grew up with, exactly. I was born in the early 80s, and there are a few common sayings that I learned of and then later realized on. This relates back to a racist, hateful, sexist thing, and so I had to break myself of the habit of using it. Same but early 70s here. Yeah, hi. I was born in 1963. Thank you for the punctuation. 1963. I grew up with a father who, well, the less said about him, the better, probably. Let's just move on. Okay, this is bringing stuff up and dumping it here, and we can put a transverse belt right here. This could actually work. This could work. I can, in fact, fit this in here if I can fit the rail line itself, which shouldn't be a problem here. I need to move it actually to the left a couple of notches. Come on, you. Pull this way. Thank you. Ooh. One of the biggest was the whole idea of giving someone something and then later taking it back. I call it takesies, backsies, or ungifting instead of the term I was fed as a child. I won't say it here. Yeah, I know what it is. I have a problem occasionally with my own ancestry. There's a it bothers me that people refer to skipping out on a debt as welshing. I'm Welsh. I'm not real thrilled with that. My family is Welsh, is from the Vale of Glamorgan originally. And that sort of annoys me. How the hell did we get a reputation for not paying our debts? Oh, damn it, I forgot to stop the sun. Well, we'll have another night. It's just going to be an exciting one. All right, so if this is coming through here, that's going to miss that, come through here, and at this point, I could take it out through the wall any point I wanted to get it to there. So the question being, which direction? I need to bring the train route just about straight down the coast here, bend it and have it going this direction if possible. Still going to have to go around a curve and a curve. I could hold it down to one curve over water if I bring my line down this way, load on this side, and then bring the track around this way and in through an archway here. All that casual racism, hateful things that were given as kids, and they expected us not to question it. Yeah, there are reasons why I have not spoken with my father in several years. Okay, I'm off. See you all later. My condolences on the loss of your miner. Willow, are you streaming at 10? Do I need to throw to you? I'm going to be wrapping up in 5 minutes here. All right, I had intended to actually start laying this stuff in. If you don't mind, I will throw a raid to you. I would love to. Be delighted. Okay. I had really intended to get this laid in this morning, but we had other things happen. That tends to happen. Welcome to being on live. So this effort will continue. I'm going to be working on this city over the course of the next week. There is so much still to be done. Terrain smoothing, detailing. It has been a pleasant morning with coffee and Minecraft. Thank you. Hope to see you next week. I'm going to wrap here. Let us just go to the in-break screen. There we go. It is 10 o'clock. It has been fun. I will be back next week, 8 a.m. UTC -6, with more Minecraft trains and tech. We will, at that point, hopefully see some electrical machinery running besides the elevator. I'll be doing a lot of detailing, other stuff. And I will be back tomorrow night at 8:30 p.m. UTC -6 with Roots of Pacha, which is a farm sim about a Neolithic people inventing agriculture and basically dating everybody. It's a polyamorous culture. It's an absolute joy to work in. And beautiful writing, beautiful game. I'll be back tomorrow night. We'll see you next week. In the meantime, I'm going to throw to Willamist, who is one of the truck community streamers. You can see our schedule up there on the screen. Check it out. There's stuff happening pretty much all week. And until then, safe journey, space fans, wherever you may be.